Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Sue Kremer, and as you can see, I got some things to show you before we start stamping. Let me find myself on my tablet. Interacting with your comments is half the fun for me. So let me see if I can find you. We can make sure my video is working together. Alright, hold on. Usually it's right there. I am. Alright, and I have my sound turned down, I think. Hold on. Just a second. All right. There we are. I'm going to lift the phone up so you can see my sister sent me these beautiful flowers yesterday. I was so excited. Hello. I see people joining me now. So my sister Ann is not only my sister, she's my downline. So this is going to be the inspiration for the card we make today. Is this beautiful fresh cut bouquet. And she also sent me this box card. Look at all those die cuts with the strawberries, and it says you are an inspiration. I'm going to set these to the side so I don't knock over the flowers and make a mess. Thank you, Anne. I don't know if she's on yet. She almost always watches me. And I'm not seeing comments yet, but hello. So thank you, Anne, when you get here. And then my upline, Kristen, left these in my door when I was out running errands for my 10th anniversary. Isn't that beautiful? So that's the new floral art, I think it's called, stamp set, the fine arts suite in the mini catalog. So, and some chocolates. I'll share those with my boys later. And then my most recent downline, Way, dropped this off. I have this suite, the Sand and Sea, but I haven't played with it yet. So after today, we'll use that. And then she gave me this hook. You hook it, you know, if you can see there, you hook it onto the table to hold your bag, and I've never had one of these, and I've always wanted one, so thank you, Way. It was a fun surprise to get. It's been such a fun day, and hopefully you saw that I posted on my regular Facebook page as well as my business, so it's just been a really fun day. And one last thing is I'm celebrating with my Dollar Tree Celebrate wine glass with a little bit of wine in it, so hopefully all will be coherent. I haven't had that much, so let's get stamping. Thank you for joining me. I'm so happy. It's been so fun. So hello everybody. And did you see your flowers? I showed everybody your flowers. You'll have to go back and see the very beginning because I had everything laid out. All right, so I have a fun project for us, and I gave you dimensions if you want to play along. Oh goodness, see, I already forgot something. I forgot my cutter, and we're gonna have to cut cardstock because I told you to have one piece of cardstock and then two layering pieces for standard card size, and then however you want to decorate it. So these were the colors I'm using. Anne's bouquet she sent me as my inspiration. So I have magenta. Oh no. The new magenta Madness. Oh, that's right. And then this one is Sahara Sand, and then Granny Apple Green. I think that needs to be re-inked, which we won't do today. But so let's get started. Oh, and I looked up, and the traditional thank you, Mom. She wished me happy anniversary. The traditional gift for a wedding 10th anniversary is tin or aluminum. So I am going to emboss something that's going to look like tin as part of my, oh goodness, I need to slow down, as part of my card today. So we are going to take this cardstock, and we are going to cut it at 5.5, just like you're going to make a card. We're going to set one aside. And we're just going to cut it in half again the other direction so that you just have a basic, instead of folding, we cut it apart, and we're going to make two cards. And that's going to be our base. Is anybody creating along with me here? See, I think my stripes paper has to go. I think we'll be better with the... and then this one, we are going to score. Let's see, I have my notes here. We're going to score. Yes. We're going to score at 4 1/4. Make sure you score and don't cut. So score at 4 1/4. So score that in half, and we're going to turn it, and then we're going to cut it in half. So that's 5 1/2. Half of that is 2 3/4. And I think I have everything else I need. I hope. All right, so there are 2 card bases. I don't know where my Stampin' Up. Oh goodness. Bone folder is. So we're gonna fold these in half, and I'm just gonna use a black to burnish them. I think I need to get this paper further out of the way. So these are 8 1/2 by 2 3/4. So if you have a scrap that big, you could use that instead. If you wanted different colors, you could do that. Let me grab my layers here. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. You know what? I do have my adhesive here. We can go ahead and adhere this. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. And rather than trying to center this, I'm going to put it off to the side. That way I know it won't matter. And I just, off to the side, it really doesn't matter. Unless you know you have a stamp you want to put here. We're going to adhere this here. If there's a stamp you want there, you want to make sure you have enough room for it, would be the only time that you might want to measure it. But I'm all for eyeballing it. And I thought I had created this fun fold myself, and then I was looking at most recent mystery card night that a friend, another demo friend, did. And this was her card. I didn't even realize. I was excited that I only used 1 piece of cardstock. So that is our basic card. And then I said you can have a layer here that is this is 2 3/4. So a 2 1/2 piece. This is 4 1/4, so 4. So 2 1/2 by 4 would fill this nicely. And that's the next thing we're going to do. I'll go ahead and put this on the other card. That is what I'm going to make into our tin. Oh, that's not working as well as I'd like. So I'm going to put it off to the side. If I had my grid paper under me, I could center it with a little bit of care, but that's okay. I'll just put it off to the side, and it'll give me more room to work on. And there I have 2 cards ready to go. Does anybody... sorry. I see you chatting here. Okay. Hopefully you'll get my card soon. Well, thank you, Melissa. She says she sent me an anniversary card. And Melissa's watching. Way is watching and eating an ice cream bar. So Anne answered yes, but I didn't. Okay. Anne, are you caught up? I'll watch the comments while I pull other stuff out here. So we are going to use... might be able to see that. And then I've been using this retired cardstock to make patterns, and then I'm going to have a book that I'm going to keep these patterns in, so for future reference. Here's a card I made, and this is the tin, oh, I should have looked it up, the embossing folder we're going to use, but I made a masculine card with it. I used the silver foil paper, and it was so bright that I just took the stays on it and a sponge and added a little bit of black to the bright silver. And then designer series paper from the In Good Taste. And then again, like I said, I have several brothers and brother-in-laws with birthdays in February, so there's another card. And here's my embossing folder, and it's a thick 3D embossing folder. And I can never remember what I'm supposed to use. So on the Big Shot, I use the multi-plate on tab 1 with 1 plate on top, and it kind of just reminds me of what I need to use with this embossing folder. But I have translated it into my Stampin' Emboss machine. Sorry, it is my Big Boss, as I call it. And I'm getting half a step ahead here. Alright, so this it doesn't come with tabs, it comes with an extra plate when you're die cutting. All right. I don't know if you need to see this. So I have just the plate number 1, and then I'm going to center my silver foil into my embossing folder, and I want to make sure that the silver is facing the direction where it's going to be raised. So I'm just going to kind of use this circle as my focal point, or as my guide. Sorry. And so I'm going to line it up so that the edge is just off of the circle, and then just above the circles there. So a little bit there. And if I can close, I moved it. I might want to put, we don't have a magnetic plate right now for the Big Boss machine. We had one and it warped really bad. I was surprised Stampin' Up! Put it out because they should have known. Let's see if it's lined up. Not exactly where I put it, but it is still lined up. So I'm going to put that on my machine with one plate on top. I think this will work. It's kind of tight, but then it is a, oh, you can hear that. It is a 3D embossing folder, so it gives me a nice impression like that. And that is my tin foil. Let's see if I can get the, oh dear, not coming off clean. There we go. We're done with this, unless you want me to demo dies. I think we've done that enough, or maybe I'll do another video just on dies. I don't know. Okay, Anne says she's caught up. So Anne, I want you to post your card or share with us what stamps or colors or something you're using. So help inspire all of us. So this obviously is not the same card layout. It was just the tin that I was showing you on that card. I'm going to put that to the side. All right. So, see, there's that layer that will fit right there. Looks like it moved a little bit on me. I think Stampin' Seal will work. So I came down about an hour ago and I just started die cutting all kinds of things. So hopefully you remember what that bouquet of flowers looked like. There was bright pink, which is why I chose the magenta. And then I just die cut a whole bunch of things. And if you want to know what the dies are, I do have them handy. So these are from the Forever Fern. The bouquet did have silver in it. I chose to use the brown instead. Like I said, that is Sahara Sand. There was a big Gerbera Daisy, and that's where I got the yellow from. I don't know how many of those I'll use. This one is from the Positive Thoughts, and I think it's Nature's Thoughts is the die that coordinates that. So that's the one I have in green. And then this is the one I used. Oh, sorry. Could you see that? Positive Thoughts and Nature's Thoughts are the dies. And then Forever Fern. And then the dies are called Forever Flourishing, are the dies that coordinate with Forever Fern. And then I also have a few things from the Birds and More. There's a branch on here that I thought, just because there was a lot of white in the bouquet. And, oh, I should bring it back. I don't know. Was that a hydrangea? Do you know, Anne? Did you request specific flowers? I don't know. And then this is just a scrap. I want to show you that even this small little scrap is big enough to punch a sprig. So I could even get another half sprig right there. Now this is trash. I'll recycle that. So there was a few, I think 4, oh, I don't even want to say lupine, but I don't know if that's exactly what they were. Oh dear, I lost my video. Are you guys still with me? It could be me though. I had trouble. I was watching a video earlier. Oh, it says I'm still going. All right, let's put some of these things to the side. I don't need that anymore. Okay, stamps. So I need your input. I'm going to put a big pink flower here and then put some of these off to the side. I have lots of white ones. I think I want more white than other colors. This is the die from the birds. I thought that would be really pretty. And I want a big flower here. So do we want to stamp and die cut the prized peony? Or do we want to stamp and punch a big daisy? I thought the daisy was more in keeping with what the actual flowers were. Oh, need to get your comments back. All right. I'll give you just a few minutes here. Thank you. You said you were still with me. Let me get some glue dots and some dimensionals and some mini dimensionals. I think we'll do a daisy. What do you think? What do you think? So I like those. I like the stamped off. It's a little lighter. And just some of those. Maybe just one of those. How about that? You can see I have a whole bunch here for us to play with. And I have dies ready to go if we want more. Okay. So I need a piece of cardstock. And my stamps. Way says sunflower. Or either one. Alright, I'm getting distracted. Which is alright. I want to hear what you have to say. So I think we'll make as many as I can fit on here. Okay. I want it pink. Pink, 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 or magenta. And I need my sturdy board under me here. Anybody else have any input? So I know I want one of these facing down, and sorry, I'm stamping sideways to you. I want to hold it for just a second. There's a nice image. One more big one. I'm going to turn it around. Looks like I didn't ink quite all the way, but that's alright. It'll still work. I'm hoping, I don't think my head got in there. My camera's pretty low. I think I'll be able to get 3 out of here. And then I'm going to be a little sneaky. Not really sneaky, but for the center of our, we're going to call it a Gerbera daisy because that's what it was. We are going to use this flower. I forgot to grab yellow paper, or I could stamp. I know, we're going to be sneaky, except I need more paper. We'll get these going. Alright, I'm going to punch these out. So I had it lined up so I knew I wanted one petal going straight down so I could line it up. See, I can't punch and line up and talk at the same time, and I'm off a little bit. Must move when I... There's the small... Actually, we call it a medium daisy. We've never had a small daisy. That would be kind of fun. They've been around a couple years, so I wouldn't be surprised if they retire them in April. Alright, so I'm going to line that up. One more big one. Oh, there we go. I think I'll be able to use that. And I'm going to stamp this large daisy. Let's see if I have a piece of scrap paper. I'm going to stamp it in Daffodil Delight. And I want the middle of my daisy right here. There we go. But then I'm going to use the strawberry punch with this little flower here to punch out the center. So I have the center of the daisy lined up, and it's not quite the same, it's not the same shape obviously, but it's not quite the same size either. And it moved when I moved. Okay. Ooh, lots of garbage. Clean it up a little bit, and then we'll put our flower together. And I think, actually, I want this to be a happy birthday card. I don't know if I have a happy birthday stamp set. Maybe we'll just make it a friend. I don't know. All right. Let's put our daisy together first, since that's going to be our focal point. There's the center of our... And I do have a bone folder. It's not my Stampin' Up! One. So I'm going to use my bone folder to curl my flower petals up. It's really fun to take something like a flower arrangement or a piece of fabric or a sofa or whatever, and then use that as your inspiration. And it's really fun to see. I saw something recently where somebody had a skirt that she used, so the fabric on her skirt, and it was like tan with white squares that overlapped. It was really fun to see how she interpreted that with the stamps she had. So, inspiration can come from anywhere. And then we're just gonna see if I can get this. I meant to grab some ribbon, but I think our embossing is going to be enough bluing on this card. I don't want to cover all that up either. That's kind of where we're going. Let's first put our daisy together, since I know I want that on my card. So I'm going to take this big one and pick up a glue dot and center it like that. And I offset the petals so it looks more full. Now we have 3 little ones. Glue dot. And another glue dot. This is the one that wasn't punched quite straight. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Off center it. And then, yeah, that's all right. We'll just put a glue dot on the back of this. Yeah. Thought about using a dimensional, but there's my Gerber daisy. And that's going to be my focal point. I don't think I need all those, do I? Actually, I'll keep the glue dots out of reach under here and grab my Take Your Pick tool. So I think if I put this one here, that'll work. You guys are so quiet, but I see people have stayed with me. Thank you for joining me. This has been lots of fun planning this, and I don't know exactly where those glue dots went. That's gonna stick up a lot. That's right. It'll work. It'll work. Some more glue dots there. And I'm just gonna take this and tear it off. I might use that for different. And I know this is gonna be covered up by other things, so. Let's just add some more things here. And a little bit of yellow. Now I can pick them up with my piece. Sorry, I may have been off camera. So I just picked up a glue dot. And I think I'll put a dimensional on the back at the top. Just to give it a little more interest. Alright. I think we'll just put that on. I don't know if I like that. I do like the look of these, but they're too big. I'm gonna trim that down. Lots of glue dots on this project. I'm going to pick up a glue dot with this top leaf, otherwise it's going to flop around a lot. There we go. How's that? Maybe just one of, that's kind of big. If I tuck it back there, that's pretty. So let's use some glue dots on this. Oh, sorry, I was off camera again, so I just put some glue dots on there. And I don't want to have to worry about the stem, because I'm going to tuck it behind the yellow there. Oh, let's make sure we can still open it. Yep. And maybe a little bit of green. Again, I'm going to tuck it behind, so I'm just going to put some glue dots on the base. That one. I'm glad I didn't show you die cuttings. It's taking longer than I thought it would. And then one dimensional at the top to give it dimension, no pun intended. And there's that one. And then we're going to put that there. I think we do need a little bit of purple. Let's just put a glue dot. I should have counted how many glue dots. Maybe I'll rewatch and see how many glue dots I used on this card. A lot. What's the easiest way to get things like this adhered? There we go. Now they're sticky there, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna use a big dimensional, or a couple of them on here. And maybe I won't even put a sentiment on this one. I think that's pretty. There we go. And I have lots of die cuts. I kind of went crazy with my die cutting, so I can make lots of cards. I'll just put these in an envelope and they'll be ready for another day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for supporting me and my business. And there's our fun fold card today. Anne, how'd you do? She's busy working, so she wasn't chatting today. And then I could add happy birthday or thank you or whatever I want when the time comes to mail this card. So that's our basic card. Let me grab. I didn't even stamp for you, did I? Well, the flower I could have stamped on my envelope. Let's bring this one back. So let me know if you need those dimensions again. They were posted in both our group and on my page. So thank you for joining me. Sorry, that's kind of low. Happy stamping. I'm glad you liked the card. And thank you for supporting me in my business. And hopefully another 10 years. That would be so much fun. I still love it. I stamp almost every day. Thanks again. Take care. Bye.